What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be discussing my thoughts for the future of My Hero Academia. And so, with that being said, spoilers for chapter 292, obviously. So let's just go ahead and hop right on into this. So, as we know by now, at the end of chapter 292 for My Hero Academia, we saw Mirio, Lemillion, come back, and he has his powers. Now, as awesome as that was, and seeing that Mirio hitting the Nomas with the power and basically helping save Best Genus, I'm not gonna lie, as cool as that was, part of me is now worried. And why worried? Well, the main reason why is because unless Horikoshi decides to, I don't know, pull something else out of his, get that out of the way. So unless Horikoshi decides to come up with something entirely different, the only possible way I can see that making sense is Eri. You know, she has the ability to rewind time. It's how one of the reasons why Deku was able to beat Overhaul is because he was able to use 100% for one for all, or yeah, one for all. I always get one for all for one mixed up whenever I'm saying it out loud, but Eri's able to rewind time. The quirk erasure bullets were built from her. Like, it's literally in her DNA and everything. And so, my main worry and concern about Lemillion coming back like this is that it just, I feel like it opens up a can of worms with Eri. Like, everything that's happened to Deku during this war arc right now, well, Eri's there. We can just redo that. Aizawa loses his quirk. Eri's there. He gets his quirk back. Why? He can't get his quirk back? Why not? Lemillion did it. And I get it, like, I get that Aizawa has taken over, like, the protector role, almost like a father figure for Eri. And that the only way how she would use her powers on Lemillion and it to work is if he said so, because he ain't gonna fuck around and let them just, abuse that girl because she's terrified of her own quirk. Like that was been established, and the whole student festival arc with them doing the dancing or whatever, and you see Eri finally able to smile and actually learn to live as a child, helped open her up some, but my main concern with that is just like I said, it just opens it up. Like, just opens up so many possibilities and so many risks being taken. Deku, was told by the doctors that he only can use his arms for like 2 or 3 more times before it's destroyed. Guess what? He's used his arms 2 to 3 more times in this battle at 100% to try and take down Shigaraki. So, his arms are destroyed basically right now. But, and you see where I'm going with this, there's Eri. She can heal his arms. It, like I said, it was always one of those things that I knew that I knew that it could happen, that Eri at one point would get, control of her powers, and she was able to do everything. Honestly, that theory that Bakugo is like one of the past users for One for All, and that he went back in time. Like, what, he was the second thing is that I think the theory is that he was the second user for One for All, and that's why the previous One for All user, the the originator was able to find out about that. It's because apparently Bakugo went back in time and told him, so that way he becomes the second user, and then he can able to pass it on, and so on and so forth. I hope to God that is not the case, because if so, that's just so fucking stupid. Like, it just, whenever you bring in time travel into a situation, it just never, like, hardly ever does it work and make sense. Like, it's 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm drinking coffee, and I'm talking about anime online. Oh well. But like I said, that's where my problem comes in, because now this could possibly just solve, like, or not solve, it could just, like, now I just don't kind of like, I'm not worried about anything right now, because if Eri has gotten to a point to where she can restore someone's power that was taken from them, honestly, that just takes out a lot of the agency from this fight. Like, you know, obviously, and it's one of those things. Obviously, but like Deku might not like. No, you don't have to do this. You don't have to worry about healing me because I did it myself. And then Eri's going to want to do it because she loves Deku, because Deku saved her, and so you know what I'm saying. Like, that's where I see this going, and it's just now maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Eri isn't the one who did this, and maybe that the scientists were able to, I don't know, like, take the quirk eraser bullets, and like, what's the counter science them? I don't know. I can't think of what it is, but backwards compatibility. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but you get what I'm trying to say. Hey, editor me here. Yeah. So as you can tell, I'm a fucking moron. Just remember what the word is. Reverse engineer. That's the word I'm looking for. But you know, if you want to call it the whatever the fuck I just said, because I don't even. I'm not. I don't know. It's 3 o'clock in the morning and I've lost control of my life. So if you need me, I'm gonna go and make some chocolate pudding. But yeah, the word I'm looking for is reverse engineering. And maybe that's a way they're able to, like, okay, we figured out what causes this to erase. Maybe we can just undo it. We can figure out what causes it, and then maybe we can cause that to be undone. And then bingo bango, magic science, anime science, manga science, whatever you want to call it. Mirio has his quirk back now. And I would rather that be the case, because at least, hey, if Aizawa gets his quirk erased, they can use, you know, bingo bango science to heal him, as opposed to using Eri, who, again, my whole thing is that she's able to rewind time. And that has me worried. Like, and that's my main reason is why I'm kind of worried about this, and just like the future of the series. Obviously, I said at the beginning, it's obvious that Eri has done this, just because of what we've kind of been led to believe, so, or what I've gathered from my own personal read through of the series and from those interactions. You know, Eri, I'm sure Eri, like, because we haven't seen, I don't think we've seen, it's been a minute since we've seen Eri, right? But you know, her and Lemillion are always, they're pretty much like this. They're brother and sister. That's the best way I can describe it. And so that's like my main thing is, like, Eri loves Eri loves Mirio, Lemillion, whatever. I'm going back and forth. I realize this. I the fuck well, but and like I said, I just, when you have a character whose power is able to mess with time itself, whether it's time traveling or whether it's rewinding time like Eri's able to do, just a lot of the agency's gone now, because it doesn't matter. Like Hawks, for instance. Whenever we saw Tokiyami, sorry, it slipped my mind. We saw Tokiyami with Hawks trying to, you know, nurse him back to health. Guess what? Eri's there. Hawks is healed, and now he can go still be number 2 or face the criminal justice system for murdering somebody. I don't know. Same with Mirio. We saw her, last time we saw her, she was badly wounded. You know what? I'm about to go and double check. I'll be right back. Okay, I want to go and double check the extent of Miriko's injuries. You know, she's lost an arm. Her legs are fucked up, and apparently, from what little bit I just read, her, like, you can almost see her ribs. If Aries the one who did this for, you know, Mirio, she could do it for them. I'm not saying that, and obviously that'd only be like if Aizawa really okays it and if Aries up to it. But here's the thing: it's just the fact that it's still an option and that it still could possibly happen. I now just kind of, I'm like, okay, eventually Aries could just heal them and they'll be fine, unless they're like unless they're killed. Like, unless they're killed and Aries not able to get in touch with them, and then that's just one of those things. But unless they are actually killed, I'm still gonna be like, okay, well, Aries can heal them eventually and they'll be fine. Because I think, one more time. Okay, so I just did like a quick little Google search and I can't find anything definitive. So this is just a random shot in the dark. This, I think, from the end of the school festival arc, with Gentle and La Brava, to the war arc is a couple to a few months. Like, if I had to guess, like 2 to 4 months, if I had to guess. I think. If I'm wrong, let me know down below. But the reason why I'm bringing this up is just if Erie's able to have a quirk restart after that long of a period of time, who's to say that she wouldn't be able to, heal Deku's arms completely? Like, maybe not immediately at the end of the war, but let's say if after this war arc there is a time skip, like, a lot of people are thinking, which, this would be the perfect time to have one of those time skips, just because it's a staple of shonen at this point that you have some sort of time skip. That's after a very big, changing point in a series. Like, Dragon Ball, the end of like Dragon Ball to Dragon Ball Z at the end after Goku defeats Piccolo, and then like what was it, like a 7-year time gap to the Z portion of it where Raditz comes in and takes Gohan. At the end of the Sasuke retrieval arc in Naruto, where Naruto leaves with Jiraiya to train for 2 years to get stronger so he can bring back Sasuke. The end of the Fate Karakura Town and Bleach after Ichigo loses his Soul Reaper powers against Aizen using the final Getsuko Tensha. Marineford, the end of the Marineford War to Fishman Island and One Piece, just stuff like that. So I would totally believe that a time skip could possibly happen at the end of this arc. So that, and again, that is just where my problems lie with Aries' powers. It's just the fact that, it's out there, it can be done. So now I just like, okay, well, Aries there, so they can just go and get that fixed. And again, that's, and that's just where, like I said, that's where my main concern comes from. Yes, there might be situations where a character is like, oh no, you don't need to do this. Like Deku, he might like say, you know what, don't worry about healing my arms. I want to use this and live with this for the rest of my life as a reminder. Eri, as a small child who loves Deku, is probably going to want to just keep trying to do it because of the fact that she feels like she owes Deku. I'm not saying that's how she feels, but if I was in her situation, this man came and saved my life and gave me a reason to live, so I want to try and repay him however I can. What's that? He destroyed half of his body trying to fight a villain. I know. Why don't I just use my powers to heal him so that way he can go back to being fully normal? You see what I'm saying? So that's just like, that's where my mindset's going. Like, as cool as it would be that Eri's finally getting control of her powers and she's no longer terrified of it and she doesn't want it to go away and that she's going to become like, the a lot of fans are like, you know what, if they ever do like a spin-off like next generation of My Hero Academia, they want Eri to be one of the main characters, which again, that would be cool, especially if she learns to control her powers, like, and if she learned how to control her powers to help Mirio, she's going to be one of the strongest fucking characters in this series, like, bar none. And so that's just like my main problem. And again, I know I keep repeating myself, but it's just that, again, that's just my main problem, is that if it is 100% confirmed to be Eri that fixed Mirio, well, you know what? That just takes out a lot of the agency for anything future to happen in the series. And I'm just like, I'm no longer gonna, I guess I would no longer be super invested in it, just because I'm like, okay. Like, the best way I can describe, you know what? If it really is Eri who did this, Eri is now the Dragon Balls for Super. Or for My Hero, not for Super. I don't know why I said that. But, and again, I believe in Horikoshi enough to where he can try to come, like, find some way to outweigh this and make it to where it doesn't work. But until I see it, that's always going to be in the back of my mind. Okay, we got Dragon Ball, so whatever. As long as we're good, we're good. As long as we stay, as long as Piccolo doesn't die, or Kami or Dende, as long as they don't die, we're good. Let's just go do whatever. And yeah, that's just kind of like where my total basic thoughts for this is at. Comment down below. Let me know what you think. Do you agree with my problems with this, or what? I don't know. Let's just try to get a discussion going. If you've made it this far, I want to just thank you very much. Hey, and as always, if you like what you saw, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. We just hit 30 subscribers, which, hey, fuck yeah, 30 subscribers. That's, hell yeah, we're doing good, y'all. We're doing good. Let's just try to. It's November. This probably be sometime in December. It would always be December by the time this goes up. But let's try to get to, I don't know, let's say 35 subscribers by the end of the year. But you know what? Either way, I want y'all to have a fantastic day, and I'll see y'all later.